should all just get along with each other and put away our problems or whatever it is. We just need to forget about everything and just have a good time here tonight. It's really that.
Connected to Channel Theo. No Limit Fitness says,
First plus.
Yeah, you are No Limit. How are you?
Doing great, boo.
Good.
How's the OSCP prep going?
Good. We're going to take a look at Keeper this morning.
Nerdy Biker says,
Good morning.
Good
How's
morning.
it going?
Good, Nerdy Biker. How are you?
All good, just working.
Ugh. Work. Well, I hit the start streaming's too early because I'm still eating breakfast. But
Prosperous Wolf Record says,
Yo.
Prosperous Wealth Records. How are you?
No, I just got home a few hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Chilling, bro. Good morning.
I wasn't planning on making another video, actually. I'm pretty busy with school as is.
Oh my gosh.
More and more people finally experiencing the gameplay I've been dealing with since Modern Warfare 2019 while people are playing BO6 has made me realize I gotta make something with this that I found at least. So to everyone who said the patents weren't in the game, I bet you feel pretty foolish right about now. Here we are though, at the point of no return for the software that Activision, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Raven, Sledgehammer, High Moon, Acti Shanghai, and all their other studios that dare call a video game. Oh wait, let's not forget Demonware, the entity that you're all finally complaining about now. Oh, and they host your player profile too. That's something to keep attention to. What some of us have experienced for years being targeted for gameplay modifications was a testing phase for their patented systems. This was all done in small batches, or titled like. I was unluckily picked by Activision for their test during MW 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard, which I ended up playing for less than a month because of how bad the gameplay was from this system. This was my final straw, and Cold War was almost that point too. But to prove the rigging was a machine learning system, in MW2 2022, a game I did not purchase, I used an account I never played on and was made in a different region than I lived. After brainstorming with a friend how likely the system works, based on their patents, we made pseudocode for this concept and we theorized the unauthorized use of software on your PC, such as the operating system itself or anything running on it, which means anything with elevated enough access to the system could work as described in the patents. Then reminding ourselves they have a kernel level anti-cheat as well. That led to starting to help the federal agency collect evidence looking for specifically the malicious use of Activision's game software. The program made to find the malicious actions taken by executable on a system, running a game is the next step. But running DL1 multiplayer, specifically playing combat training, there's only one DLL that I want to talk about. It's ntdll.dll.
Monospace says,
Wowza, you're early. Good morning.
Yeah. I used to do this religiously while I was trying to break into cybersecurity. Good morning, Monospace. How are you?
It may seem suspicious since Windows NT does mean kernel. However, since BO1 is a Windows XP
Prosperous Wolf Record says,
What game is this?
system, Windows uses 64-bit translation layers via the WoW64 libraries. Meaning, the ntdll.dll acts as a system call.
I don't know. There's some kind of hubbub going on. With the new Call of Duty. I want to fact check something right now. He's just playing some game in the background while he's going on and on about whatever's whatever he's trying to explain with
Lower you channel.
Call.
To WoW64, which translates the names so outdated names can be on a modern system. While ntdll.dll does provide interfacing between user-level applications like the game and the Windows kernel, its presence here isn't necessarily related to the patents and full certainty. When running MW3 2023, the process called cod.exe when they first started experimenting with this Call of Duty HQ thing, or at least they tried incorporating it into more than just 1 or 2 titles. The following list is what the program spat out on boot for this
Madam
game.
Fabulous says,
British
The list
old.
made my jaw
translated from
drop. Many of
Croatian.
the yellow-
Theo Ishold. It doesn't have the same ring to it. Good morning. How you doing, Cypher?
Drago18121996 says,
Hello.
Hi, Drago.
Madam Fabulous says,
B7H30K.
That's GPA. B7H30 GPA. Grandpa.
Drago18121996 says,
Just passing by to say hello.
Software has dynamic link libraries. Key functions of DLLs: code sharing and reusability, modularity, efficient memory usage, ease of updates, and dynamic linking. The dynamic in DLL refers to the fact that linking of library occurs at runtime, not during completion. This allows applications to load and use only the libraries they need at a given time. System functions. Operating systems like Windows DLL files to provide use DLL files to provide system level functionality such as operations, networking, user interface rendering. For instance, well, Spotify sounds loud. Driver support. DLL is often used for device drivers, enabling hardware components to communicate with the OS. API implementation. Localization. DLLs can contain resources for different languages, allowing applications to support multiple languages by loading the appropriate DLL runtime. Dependency issues. Missing or corrupted DLLs can cause applications to fail. DLL hell. Versioning problems.
DLLs are innocent in function, even the one I'm going to reference here, but it's still quite concerning. For example, nvcamera64.dll is one of the DLLs listed in the loaded
Go
modules.
PLZ.
Well, this shows that the game has direct access to the camera access
See
library
ya.
of NVIDIA GeForce Experience, not through its anti-cheat software, but as a part of the game itself. This
All right, Drago.
is malicious in nature, especially since it accessed the camera
Check that guy out.
immediately upon gaming, even without a webcam plugged in, just GeForce overlay on. That's a huge problem.
Why?
Why is it significant though, right? Well, one reason could be that Activision owns a patent for making 2D facial images 3D to make digital copies of your face.
Alan says.
Oh, and a matchmaking system
Hola.
that profiles your emotional states while advertising microtransactions to you, which that patent cites the 2D to 3D facial advertising microtransactions to your face. Oh, and a matchmaking patent for making 2D facial images 3D to make digital copies of your face. Oh, Activision owns a patent for making 6 overlay immediately impulse in nature. Software. As a part of the game, it's NVIDIA GeForce Experience has direct of the DLLs listed in the loaded NV.
Oh, and Dev. Hola, how are you?
Anchored. Got some approaches about new roles on LinkedIn. And my game framework is coming along nicely.
Monospace says.
Good.
A helpful term here is shared libraries. By extracting a bunch of functionality into a library, it becomes reusable. With a clearly defined API, it can then be maintained independent of the code that uses it.
Okay.
Alan says.
Thank you for that.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, Alan Dev. Thank you. I'm good. Cold.
FD85915 says.
Good morning, Kappa.
Translated from German.
Just give you an idea of the weather in my area.
Amir99 says.
Hi, Mr. Theo.
Hey, Amir, how are you? And good morning, FT. This is Fahrenheit. So it'd be Celsius where you are.
Alan says.
It's sunny in County Meath, Ireland this morning.
Thank you for rubbing that in.
We get about 3 days of sunshine a year.
So it's just cold, and that's to be expected this time of year. But man, it started snowing in December and it never stopped. I mean, there is just mountains of snow out there. NV64 or NV Camera 64 DLL is a dynamic link library associated with NVIDIA's Ansel technology, which provides advanced in-game photography features. This DLL handles camera control and photo capture functionalities, enable users to capture high-resolution screenshots, apply filters, and adjust camera angles within supported games. Typically, NV Camera is located in this following directory: Windows System 32 Driver Store File Repository NV, and well,
All's Journey says.
it's not in the same spot.
GM.
Translated
morning,
from
Al.
Vietnamese. Alan says.
But Ireland never tries to fry you or freeze you to death. So there's that.
All's Journey says.
Good luck.
Monospace says.
Yeah, I love the moderate temps here in EA. Sunny 7 degrees here on the east coast.
Yep.
All's Journey says.
Have you ever put something into GPT and then it cooked way too well that you can't use the code because your coworker will notice you used GPT?
You know what? Not too often I hear that's the problem with ChatGPT.
But the complex task was done.
FD85915 says.
Smiley face.
All's Journey says.
And I can't use it.
You know what? Maybe you need to feed it. Listen to me. Trying to work around it. Do you give it custom instructions? Because my thought is you could say under what would you like ChatGPT to know? Like you could give it code here. You have 1,500 characters. That's really not a lot when it comes to code.
Make it dumber so that it looks like a junior dev did.
I think junior dev would be okay. Can you write this so it looks like a junior dev wrote it? That's pretty funny, actually. I've been also seeing videos. I'm not we're a little bit into it. I'm not sure how much OSCP is going to get done because my mind is racing with like things that I saw like last night or yesterday, and I wanted to follow up on them. There's a new, I think is it Google Notebooks? AI notebook? Notebook LM. That's what it is. I saw a professor getting pissed that a student was... Oh, don't look at my password.
Yeah, I use it. It's not bad, but sometimes it's just better to read the document, haha.
Look out. Almost click show password. Really? No, that's the wrong one. That's why. Oh, jeez. Can't remember. Oh, I did.
Alan says,
The reason I'm working on my game is because I'm putting off creating 8-bit DLLs.
What are the new roles that someone approached you on? Anything you'd be interested in?
Prosperous Wolf Record says,
I got to get some rest, GN bro, thanks for the stream.
Right on. Thanks, Prosperous Wealth Records. Good to see you again.
Alan says,
One's a tech writer gig. The other is a writer-programmer for a former employer. Going to talk to them, but not going back unless they pay me at least what I was on before.
Okay, so we're diving into these excerpts, right, from Computer Networks, a systems approach. I'm already like,
Still
look,
hoping for the
today,
not very
shortcut
well-paid
time,
dream
figuring
job.
out how computer networks really work. Not just the basics, but the whoa, I never knew that stuff.
It's wild how often we just expect network connectivity to...
I find it fascinating that the delivery method for the audio is podcast form. With the AIs umming and you know what I mean?
like exist. Our devices connect, no problem, but it's this whole hidden symphony of tech, a true engineering marvel.
Like magic, almost, right?
Yeah.
1 minute it's an email, the next you're streaming, but nothing happens just cuz. So first off, how do you even start building a network for billions of devices like the internet does? That's got to be a brain twister.
Scalability, that's the key. Like, imagine designing a city. You wouldn't just throw roads down randomly and hope for the best. There's a plan that allows for growth without the whole thing coming to a standstill. Networks are kind of similar.
So instead of roads, we're talking cables, wireless signals, all that. But then how do we make sure the data goes the right way with billions of paths it could take?
Those physical connections, they're just the start. On top of that,
Interesting. It generated 30 minutes of this audio overview.
Throw roads down and hope for the best is how most European cities were made.
Pure says,
Morning.
Lazy Lapping says,
Good morning, Pure.
Hi.
Lazy Lapping, hi. In some instances, NV Camera 64 DLL has been linked to the game crashes or launch issues. Disabling NVIDIA's Ansel feature has resolved such problems for some users. To disable Ansel, navigate to the directory above and run the NV Camera configuration application. In the configuration window, the option to disable Ansel and click OK. If you encounter errors,
Hack the Planet says,
Morning.
good morning,
Lazy Lapping
Tura.
says,
I wonder if Notebook can use a source Gitbook link.
Good question. There's only one way to find out. was very dramatic. That was very dramatic.
Dick.
Translated from Dutch.
Lazy lapping. Jeez. I mean, I know, but jeez. Into summer. Get the fuck out of here. Lazy lapping. That's a.
What? Sorry about that.
It's okay. That's a running gag. Lazy lapping, for whatever reason. No, not for whatever reason. Actually, what is that? LUL? Yeah. The emote LUL translates to dick in Dutch. Don't worry about it. Running gag.
I just leaned it now.
You're fine. Pure and Tagore, or Tagore, being ready for your day. Pure, how you doing?
Hack the Planet says,
15-day countdown till 5090.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hua says,
Not even lunchtime yet and I'm ready to finish.
Yep. You still have a good 2 months.
"14 shifts left."
Oh wow.
Not that I'm counting.
I guess so here's my thing. If you think that like this is such an atrocity, this DLL, I mean, and we're only a quarter way through this guy's video. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, at least not on stream. I'll watch it off stream. But if this is such an atrocity, like, what about what you give your camera access to for other things? And I know it's funny, like, I have this camera pointed at me right now. And in my universe, I've made the decision that I'm going to have to be okay with whatever Amazon does with my likeness.
Camera 64.dll is one of the DLLs listed in the loaded modules here. Well, this shows the game has direct access to
Alan
the camera
says,
access library of
My
NVIDIA
webcam has a
GeForce
physical
Experience.
shutter, and the mic is broken. So if I'm not streaming, it's not eavesdropping on me.
Not through its anti-cheat software, but as a part of the game itself. This is malicious in nature, especially since it accessed the camera library immediately upon game boot.
Is it malicious though? Because by the time you've downloaded the game and agreed to the terms and conditions, that maybe this is in. I think most likely this is in. Or the terms and conditions cover this in somewhat. Like, is it malicious?
Even without a webcam plugged in, just GeForce overlay on. That's a huge problem. Why is this significant though, right? Well, one reason could be that Activision has a patent for making 2D facial images 3D. To make digital copies of your face. Oh.
Hack the Planet says,
I don't know, it may not be malicious. Might just be the devs needed to use something in that library.
You're right, right. The specification describes methods and systems for increasing a dimensional depth of a two-dimensional image of a face to yield a face image that appears three-dimensional. The methods and systems identify key points on the 2D image, obtain a texture map for the 2D image, determines one or more proportions within the 2D image, and adjust texture of the map of the 3D model based on the determined one or more proportions within the 2D image. Making 2D facial
Everyone
images
is so
to
quick
3D.
to jump to conclusions without facts, and just biased assumptions.
That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. Which I know I'm not going to.
Monospace says,
Going out for coffee now. Need to enjoy the sunshine as long as it lasts. Have fun.
Thanks, Monospace. Enjoy your coffee. Oh, I am.
On a matchmaking system that profiles your emotional states while advertising microtransactions to you, which that patent cites the 2D to
Hack the
3D
Planet
facial patent
says,
for facial recognition, which
We
they also
started
have
from the
thanks to
bottom.
the
Now we're here.
Alan
DLL I
says,
showed you up there.
Fresh
So,
bin water.
Since the game has that... Wait, I think I got some for that right here. Hold on. No, not this one. No, this is team. Right here. Line 17. To fine-tune the matchmaking process, the system may include analytics and feedback engine that analyzes player and match data to determine whether a given match was good. A match may be deemed good when a player is determined to have enjoyed a gameplay associated with the match based on one or more quality factors that are used as a proxy for player satisfaction. The quality factors may include, for example, a duration of a gameplay session, e.g. via analysis of player historical data, so your database information, player psychological state, e.g. frustration level, so your current emotion and how you're feeling, and or other information. Again, that's from the microtransaction patent. Systems and methods for driving microtransactions in multiplayer video games. And that one cites the 2D to 3D facial patent, which is called Methods and Systems to Modify Two-Dimensional Facial Images in a Video to Generate Real-Time Facial Images that appear three-dimensional. Right, yeah, they totally don't have a rigging system in this game. One funny thing I ran...
That's the payoff? All that shit was, there's not a rigging system in the game? That's what he's got a problem with?
COD 22 and MW2 2022, it runs in the background the moment you launch MW3. And it pulls a lot of the same similar System 32 DLLs that Modern Warfare 3 2023 also pulls. So this game that you're not actively playing is running in the background as you play Modern Warfare 3
Hack the Planet
for
says,
no reason.
I mean,
To be fair,
just uninstall the game and stop complaining.
If you have such a problem with it, don't buy it. But what's the problem? I can't play it. I can't play the game.
and to the credit of the developers, hopefully someone with a logical brain made this decision there. But they throttled the usage so that way it would be minimal and not just running unnecessarily, taking up a lot of system resources by running 2 copies of a game at once. The last game I ran this program on was X-Defiant, and surprisingly enough, when I ran
Never
my
cared
program,
to play in the first
no
place.
suspicious
Smile,
DLLs
smile.
were pulled during this test.
I used to play it a lot. I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, I used to play it a lot. It's been forever though. I stopped playing before they dropped, what's the big one? Warzone.
Actually, no DLLs were pulled at all, and the script was working properly because all other logic that was presenting information I can't show you was working just fine. Here's that example now. Now I want to move on to a patent that a lot of people just genuinely don't know about, and it's one I nicknamed the botnet patent. Its patent number is US 118.96905B2. Methods and systems for continuing to execute a simulation after processing resources go offline. The abstract states, a system and method is provided that simulates gameplay of non-player characters, NPCs, distributed across networked end-user devices. The system may identify end-user devices that are connected to the system through a network and are available to participate in a simulation in which each participating end-user device is provided with 1 or more NPCs to be executed. An end-user device may be available to participate when it has sufficient computing capacity, such as when in idle or standby state. As such, the system may leverage spare computing capacity of networked end-user devices to execute NPCs at a networked end-user devices during the simulation. In this manner, the behavior of the NPC may be tested using real-world conditions that may affect gameplay, such as network connection quality, user-to-user game engine coordination, and data exchanges, and or other real-world conditions associated with the network end-user devices.
That's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie. That's really creepy. But the system and method is provided that simulates gameplay of non-player characters.
Alan says,
BTW, did I mention I've alphabetized the recipe section of my website?
No.
It was easy to do but took me forever to figure out how.
Hack the
How many
Planet
recipes
says,
do you have?
That's pretty crappy. They set up a botnet.
Okay, I was getting there. I think I would have got there. Yeah.
Alan says,
Mostly deserts at this point.
In simple terms, they're using your computer's resources without your knowledge to train AI profiles of non-player characters in their matchmaking. This is botnet behavior, plain and simple. Meaning Activision has patented a computer virus of a certain type that is a felony in the state that Activision resides in and can put into their video game with legal right per their patents. How does a patent stop you from committing a felony? The last topic I want to bring up was that a certain video on YouTube that is now private was showing function names from old Call of Duties using screenshots someone sent them of a person decompiling the game in an x64 debugger. Not just one game, multiple old Call of Duty games. And throughout multiple of those screenshots
Alan
being shown,
says,
you can read.
Is this
that
like how Pokemon Go is being used to create real-world maps by putting training arenas in places with lousy data?
I don't know. I mean, they're gonna do there's no down. I mean, like this thing has 1,300 views. Really?
FD85915
Yeah, but
says,
I just uninstall the DOM game and don't buy Activision's game. Problem solved, Resident Sleeper.
Like there's so many like layers. There's so much connected to this. Like the other thing is the TikTok hubbub now. Alan, thank you. Let me just take a look at that while I'm
Alan says,
I mean, Duolingo was originally made to train AI.
or is it really? All right. Now we're talking. Oh, that's right. We talked about Etna Pizza. Oh, what are these guys? Lamingtons.
Hack the Planet says,
It's more like folding, the distributed computing thing for protein folding. Only no explicit authorization to use your computer.
No, he made the connection between, and I must have missed it, because he made the connection between these DLLs and then patents that Activision owns. So instead of, there has to be some kind of connection in their terms and conditions.
Alan says,
All the recipes have some personal anecdotes with them. There's also a weekly meal plan for one, and US to metric conversion charts.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Including us, thank you. Yep. So, if you're all looking for some recipes, check out Alwyn Dev's website here.
Hack the Planet says,
Even if they bundle the authorization into their terms of service, that's probably not good enough.
Okay.
Alan says,
I started it for my own reference because I was fed up of hunting through my journals.
There you go. FT, I agree with you. Just uninstall the game, but that, like...
KXVXN on YouTube says,
WTF, you were on my feed randomly.
Oh. Well, what the F? What are you doing here? That's
Alan says,
KXVXN.
Also, if you share the page on an iOS device, it creates a pseudo app.
If you share the page on an iOS device, it creates a pseudo app. I'm not sure I understand about that, Alan Dev. So, like, let's put together two parallels here. We're talking about like this DLL shit too, because the other thing that I want to take a look at, which I don't think I'm going to get to, I'll just touch on is the TikTok shit that's going on right now. Like, there's pushback by TikTok creators about how that they are upset that the U.S. government is look like they're going to be they've gotten to a point where they're going to take a share to the home screen, that they're going to take TikTok away. They're shutting down. They're going to shutter not shutter it. They're just going to stop they're telling TikTok you can no longer operate unless you sell to a U.S. entity, which I think is fascinating. But these TikTok creators are out there who are making good money on TikTok. Like some of those creators are making stupid cash on TikTok. Well, that's fine. We'll just uninstall and we'll just red notebook.
Smile.
Some other kind of Chinese app or whatever.
KXVXN on YouTube says,
I made 0 CyberSec searches on now.
Oh, really? That is interesting. well, hey, please give me a chance. Stick around. Give me a chance. That's interesting. And that's encouraging at the same time, KXVXN. That's encouraging at the same time because I've been struggling getting the YouTube cooking. You know, we can have anyone from 20 to 50 viewers ish on Twitch, and on YouTube, like I struggle to keep like 2 or 3 here.
Alan says,
TikTok is just going to go dark in the US, I think. Lots of other countries block video streaming platforms all the time. Canadian TikTok creators will be justifiably smug. Land of the free? Lol.
Hack the Planet says,
I do too.
I mean, I agree with the decision to get rid of TikTok, but it has nothing to do with China. And everything to do with the brain rot.
Yeah. I will say though, I mean, its algorithm works. Much like a lot of them now though too. And that was my biggest beef with the government going after TikTok. Like look, if it's a Chinese based company, the China,
Alan says,
I
the government
think
over there
TikTok is a great platform for
can strong
entertainment.
on them into getting Americans' data. Number one. But if you stop, like we can do it right now. Like I can show you like right now. This is dangerous because I have it installed.
Alan says,
But I also saw recently there's a STEM content creator who posts the same videos to YouTube and Pornhub and makes small money off the lower viewing figures on Pornhub.
There's the arm wrestler guy. This is the For You page. Cybertruck haters.
Is $340 for 1 million views.
That's what I get served up.
$1,000.
Like if I stick around too long on those videos, on those images, it serves me more of them. Key and Peele. Billboard, Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I mean? Like Saturday Night Live and Capital One. How to Dress Like a Gentleman 1940. Top Golf. Jimmy Fallon. Earwax removal. Browns. ESPN. Whatever this guy's doing. Something about dogs.
Alan says,
These cute things.
The US basically wants to not let a Chinese company do exactly what US companies are doing to its own citizens. It's anti-competitive. Then the free trade era is over and I think more countries will follow suit.
That's the problem that I have with it. I think it's low-hanging fruit for politicians to get behind. Yeah, let's go after and Chad the Bird. Chad the Bird TikTok is hilarious. He's on YouTube. I'm gonna keep following him. It's the funniest. It's some of the funniest material. But my point is, my For You page, this is what I get. But the algorithm's so good, and I know this because it's happened to me. If you stick around on those videos of those lewd videos or provocative videos or other kind of videos, that's what it'll serve you up. But my point is also, every once in a while, I'll get served up.
The US tech brothers are also annoyed that Australia has banned children from using social media.
Yeah.
Basically, the
That
US
has
wants
nothing to do
everything
with
for
anything
itself
that I
and
look
doesn't
at
want to share.
on
So
my
nothing
following.
new there.
Hack the Planet says.
Here comes the next political wedge issue. First it was a woman's right to choose, now it's children's right to view.
Hugh says.
Don't care about the data collection, but banning kids from social media is a 100% must.
BFG. On her foot. It's a Doom reference, pay attention. Welcome to the See a lot of people doing things. As the tragic fire takes.
Anyways, like, and I think it's fascinating that, you know, that's
Alan
what
says.
people.
I think it's a shame NZ has rolled back banning kids from ever taking up smoking.
The U.S. basically wants to not let a Chinese company do exactly what U.S. companies are doing, and that's my biggest problem with it. Actually, that's my biggest problem with it. The only difference between TikTok and then Facebook and Google and all of them, they all do the same thing. The only difference is TikTok is based in China.
Not sure what's more harmful. Probably smoking.
Social media. They run neck and neck. They run pretty close. They run pretty close. Here comes the next political wedge issue. First, it was a woman's right to choose. Now it's children's right to view. Yeah. Like,
Fair.
what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Like, the biggest proponents
Nitty
of
Biker says.
having a problem
Australia has
with
just increased the age for social media to 16.
it's garbage. It's garbage. I love technology. I think social media is amazing. I think social media is amazing. I think what we do with it is shit. We have the ability to reach out and talk to and chat with, like right now. Who do we have? Who's in chat right now? We got people in Ireland, New Zealand, UK, US. We're connecting parts of the world
Says.
and having
I think there's
civil
a strong
discussion over
argument
this.
for not allowing people on social media until they are 25. Anything before you have a fully formed prefrontal cortex should be forgiven.
Hugh says.
Ditchens, that's who. I for sure am.
That's who's here. T-Gens. Like, this is honestly, this is, well, this and cat videos, But what do we do with it?
Nerdy
We troll
Biker
each
says.
other. We scam each other.
25? That means we should move drinking and driving to after 25 too.
Gaming golf at the struggle of Israel says.
Less than, not.
Translated from Indonesian.
Sword.
Translated from German.
So my son is 16. We gave him access to, we allowed him, and God knows what he was looking, but you know, without us knowing, but, I think maybe when he was 14.
Hack the Planet says.
No, probably 12
I
or
don't
13.
think a single party is behind either angle on this issue. Bipartisan to get rid of TikTok and proponents to keep TikTok are mostly MAGA.
Bipartisan to get rid of TikTok and proponents to keep. Oh, or mostly MAGA, yeah. Okay. I thought it was more bipartisan across the board to get rid of it. But I'm just going from what I glanced at. I didn't pay that close attention to it because as soon as I heard that they were looking at getting rid of it, I thought it was absurd because of what U.S. companies do to their citizens, U.S. social media companies. But the biggest group of people that are up in arms are the content creators. They shouldn't have put all their big eggs in one basket. How come they're not on multiple platforms? That's ridiculous. They should have done that a while ago. But like that is what's got them all worked up. Oh, you won't tell me that I can't use a socialist, a communist country's app on my phone. You can't tell me that.
Yamaga is reactionary and populist, so they can latch onto the issue for its visibility and give free airtime.
Nerdy Biker says.
No, it's not.
I missed the start, so what side are we on for the TikTok thing?
What side are you on? You're not in the States, Nerdy Biker, or are you? I can't remember. I'm sorry. But what side are you on? Like my point is that I think it's absurd that the U.S. government went after TikTok when the social media companies in the United States do the same thing. The only difference is they're not owned by China, and they couldn't be strong-armed by China into giving up information about U.S. citizens or try. What they are saying is they will can sow discord and un-American beliefs or whatever within the app.
Alan says.
China hasn't been communist for some time. It's essentially a capitalist autocracy.
Nerdy Biker says.
Okay, I mean
I'm not in the States, but I also don't use or ever plan to use TikTok.
Well, they're not.
But that's less about it being Chinese but more around I just have no interest in the kinds of content on there.
Okay.
Hack the Planet says. So individual citizens' data in Chinese hands isn't a large problem. The problem is associative and social.
Okay.
Alan says.
Interesting. Facebook was proved to be directly responsible for genocide, but you don't see many countries banning it.
I don't know. I guess where I am is just like I'm worried about me and my own. Like I'm not like I should be more, I guess.
I think the US being upset about people's data going to China is interesting, considering most of the EU has the same concerns about our data going to the US.
Hack the Planet says,
please, someone ban Facebook. I need one more reason to delete my account, smile, smile.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'll glance at it, I'll form an opinion about it, which I did, and I've moved on. I think it's fascinating that like these people, they're that upset about it. And I don't think it's the everyday user. Like if TikTok goes dark on mine, like, okay, I'll watch Chad the Bird TikTok on YouTube, or Chad the Bird on YouTube. But when it comes to my kids,
Alan says,
like my daughter won't have it for a while.
US
I haven't even
policy is based
decided.
around US business interests.
I think, and some of her friends do, which I think is ridiculous. Like some of her friends had access to YouTube like before they were 10 years old, which is fucking awful to hear. I'm sure there's some other kind of acronym I can use.
The ban the same way Chinese citizens get around the Great Firewall. Use a VPN.
Use a VPN. Yeah, U.S. policy is based around U.S. business interests. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. But I'm worried about my rodeo here. I'm worried about my clowns.
The EU specifically implemented laws because of the way the US deals with people's data and how at risk it is.
GDPR.
But as for TikTok specifically, I wouldn't miss it if it went away. Only people that would miss it are the people who make money from it.
Alan says,
only make sure it's Niceland VPN.
That's right.
Smile,
that's,
smile.
That's keybinds, right?
Nerdy Biker says,
but they will just move on to the next platform.
They will. They will.
Alan says,
yep.
Actually, that's interesting. Maybe they see their demographics, and maybe they have a huge Chinese demographic that helps them make money. I don't know.
Nerdy Biker says,
TikTok doesn't provide or add anything to society that isn't already covered by other platforms.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you.
Alan says,
bits of the US have equivalents to GDPR. California does.
Yeah, California does. But the rest of it does not. There's no protections. Is it SEC? With the reporting rules, is trying to grow teeth.
Other platforms have copied the TikTok format, but it was first.
Hack the Planet says,
did you hear that Florida and Indiana wanted visitors to Pornhub to register to visit? So Pornhub said no and banned Florida and Indiana.
Do something in Texas too, I think.
In searches for VPN providers.
Nerdy Biker says,
TikTok did push and create this desperate push for short-form content now prioritized on it and Twitch, which I actually think is a negative change.
For YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. Like there's a way around it. There's a way around it. People get around it. But I guess that's why, one of the reasons why I'm not really like worked up over it is that like, I'm worried about mine right now. Like we don't have a date for when we're going to feel comfortable having our daughter on social media. It's like social media. she's on YouTube. She's not allowed to watch anything other than what we're subscribed to, which maybe this will be a good exercise right now to see how well I'm doing.
Hack the Planet says.
This reminds me of the 1990s cyber nanny era of the internet.
Lauren Z side, which we're subscribed to. Oh, this is Chaos ASMR. Squeeze VODs. I don't know who this guy is. It may have been something on autoplay. And then shorts is the other problem. You can't control shorts. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Well, I mean, we established those people are all up in arms because of the money they're making.
That sounds better than blanket access to these kids. There are some trolls who have a mission to get inappropriate content on their platform.
Yeah, but like I said, like a couple will slip through, like the Sangu, which doesn't look too bad on its cover. But Lauren Z side we're subscribed to.
Nerdy Biker says.
Gloom, I guess I'm okay with.
I think short form content isn't great overall. It encourages people to not research the whole point, the back. It encourages people to make dramatic, shocking short videos for the views, and when they do, they cut out the actual information.
Yeah,
people don't learn from short form. They learn from the detailed, in-depth structured content.
Alan says.
My son watches so much he uses American English. I am a terrible parent. Smile, smile.
Yeah, but this is the problem. Like, you can't, as a parent, moderate the shorts. What plays is what plays. And the longer you stay on, again, like the other things, the longer you stay on a video, the more it thinks you like it and the more it'll serve it up. So if she stumbles upon something offensive, like some of the health, anyways, if she stumbles upon something inappropriate and stays on it and keeps watching it, like they're gonna keep watching it. And it's obvious that she's watching something with food and ASMR eating, which I don't know if I'm okay with. Miss Theo's taking off. Hold on one second.
My son mostly watches parody songs about video games. Some of the lyrics are really disturbing. So, I mean, this is only since Sunday,
but it seems like she's following our rules. Oh my God. I didn't watch that whole thing. Jesus, are we still on Sunday? Oh my God. I mean, to be fair, she doesn't just sit there. Like I can hear her kicking her soccer ball around like the living room. Anyways.
Nerdy Biker says,
just a warning, this is
Yeah,
actually...
moderation is an afterthought for these platforms. I'm amazed that it took Twitch until end of last year to put into place the first attempt at content restriction.
I don't know what you mean by that. They've had content restriction before last year. And they really don't restrict it. I mean, you can do something, and if they catch it. And this thing about Call of Duty accessing. See, the problem is not the problem. If you don't like something or you don't agree with it, then don't buy it. Don't patronize it. Thanks, Alan, for sharing this. Don't patronize it. Don't use it. But like we all can't get together and agree on like basic things. So complicated shit like this, like it's got no chance.
For viewers, last year is when they implemented identifying the different types of content, and then in your settings allowing you to say don't show this type of content.
Okay. Got it. Like, people don't understand, like, if enough of us get together and say that we're not okay with Call of Duty and their software accessing your camera, accessing data about you, and the way that you show that you're not okay with that is by not buying it. If enough of us get together and stop buying the game, that gets their attention. TikTok planchette. I just got a newsletter. We take a look at real quick too.
Alan says,
I think I have to agree with Jason Camisa. Sometimes you have to buy the thing from the people you don't agree with because no one else makes the thing that exactly fits your needs.
Nerdy Biker says,
yeah, there's that problem.
Until they added that ability, anyone 13 or over had complete unrestricted access to any category, any stream on Twitch, and we all know there are so many questionable things on here.
Yeah.
It is an incredibly simple and easy thing to implement, just took them until they got pushed to do it.
Alan says,
also woot, my new external SSD arrived. My Mac will finally stop complaining about running out of memory.
Oh shit. I never got back to that. And it failed. Okay, I'll have to get back to that later. Maybe.
Samsung T91TB, in case you were curious.
Ooh.
Hack the Planet says,
What does an SSD have to do with memory?
It's like, if I were to go out and buy a board game, like board game, like in a box with like cards and papers, and on the outside of that box,
Alan says.
macOS swaps out inactive apps to disk.
If it told me that I would have to give up my user data, it was going to record me while I was playing the paper board game, I wouldn't buy it.
Nerdy Biker says.
Did it log me out?
Ha, nobody would.
Oh,
7
Fix
raiders
It.
from Fixit42 have joined.
Hey, Fix It. Thank you for the raid this morning. How you doing, Fix It? Welcome, Raiders. How you doing today? Thanks for popping over. I'm complaining like a crotchety old man about TikTok and Black Ops and about
Deadclick says.
Yo.
other crotchety old man
Translated from
things.
Estonian.
Dr. Deadclick, yo.
Hack the Planet says.
That's strange. Never heard that about Mac OS.
Fixit says.
I'm great. Have to run drive my kid to school, smile smile.
Raid and run, no problem. See you, Fix It. Oh yeah, I'm good. We're good. Cold, but we're good.
Hope you and the family are great too. Fixit 42 love.
Nerdy Biker says.
It's terrible how these money-hungry people have taken over and control absolutely everything in our lives. Reminds me of that quote from the Ubisoft exec last year: people are used to not owning their music and movies anymore. They need to get on board with not owning their games too.
Not wrong. How many games do you play on the company's infrastructure? I mean, it's all like matchmaking. Yeah, it's like matchmaking and Warzone and multiplayer. You know what I mean? A lot.
Alan says.
I've gone all digital on PlayStation, but I own my music, movies and good old games.
Nerdy Biker says.
Yup, plus with their push to game streaming.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've been meaning to try that, to be honest with you. Like my new Fire Stick, which is this little thing in the back of the TV. My little Fire Stick keeps pushing Luna on me, which is their Amazon streaming platform. I've been meaning to try it out because honestly, I hate lag. And I can't believe that little thing is going to be able to take input from a Bluetooth controller and not present me with it's called something else. It's not lag. It's latency. I can't believe it's not going to have enough latency to just drive me mad. I'm going to try this real quick. And Tagore, I got to get with you. You're probably driving, or you probably left for work. I'd screwed something up on the Ghosty install. I thought I followed right along. 2 minutes to spawn this thing. Jesus.
Alan says.
One nice thing about AI. The AI on my TV makes my DVD rips look better than Blu-ray.
That's pretty amazing about AI, honestly, and what it does, what it's going to do for what it does for video. There's my Visual Studio Code.
And I have the theatrical release of the Star Wars trilogy ripped.
I was messing around with the painful bot the other day with the game, and I broke it, by the way. No time to get back to it. I did get a ZHS shell on my ZSH installed, but I butchered Ghosty. Keeper hacked a box. Goodness gracious. Is it still 10, 10, 11, 227? Yes. Tickets, Keeper, hack the box. The machine's at 10, 10, 11, 227. 10, 10, 11, 227. Susan, thanks for the hydrate. How you doing?
Susan Ilias Orazio CM says.
So-so.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Thanks for the posture check.
Pure says,
See, you've taken notes from GPSY on stream music tongue.
Oh, I have? What? This is Bass Rebels. You got them from me. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Ten 10 11 227. Okay, I told myself I was going to check it one more time. That still doesn't make sense to me. Adding it to my Etsy host should work, and it doesn't. Hey, speaking of Niceland, wait, is he on?
Gotcha.
Oh, no camera anymore.
So object expire, meta message is ready. Okay, but yeah, Toasty, you should run away from that internship. Like, they're asking you for way too much. They probably just like sent you a standard resume instead of like realizing you're applying for like an internship.
Well, I don't know what he's up to. I gotta get Small Beanie Hacker up and going. Thanks for hanging out this morning. We try to make these Wednesday early morning streams more often.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Pure. Have a great day. Good discussion this morning.
I mean, in 7 days, no. Like, you're never gonna do this in a week. Like, this is like something that a senior could maybe pull off, but they would need to do like 18-hour days, and then you need to make the reports and all that stuff.
Oh, Stream Elements. You're better than that, Stream Elements.
It's too much. It's way too much. Like, I would even say that it's too much for like a senior position.
Oh, I put a space in there. I'm supposed to have a space.
Because it's like, okay, they're gonna
Have a good day.
like optimizing the render performance.
Remember, if you don't like the company's how the company's acting or their product, that they're crap they're stuffing into their product, don't buy it. Don't download it.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
All right, over to Keybind.
They didn't ask to make any tests, right? They asked for him to make a video showing that it works, right? But they asked for like, yo, hey, what's up, man? Wait, I don't have a raid alert. It's obvious, no.
We bid you welcome.
Oh.
20 followers of B7HTs. This is
It cut off? No. What the hell? Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? Hey guys, welcome.
YouTubers, how you doing then?
Yeah, we were...
Thanks for hanging out, YouTubers.
Toasty, one of our Twitch viewers, he's coming out of college, software engineering. And he applied for a job and they asked him to build like a full platform, like a full Bitcoin trading platform. They asked him to do his own threading. They asked him to like optimize latency, make like, and they asked for like stat reports. They asked for live WebSocket updates for trades and stuff.
Blood sacrifices are performed every full moon.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow, man. And
Namaste R_Doku.
And it's like they also asked him for like reports on how things could be optimized. It's like, it's crazy. That's icky. It's, yes, for an internship, yes, like for someone coming out of college. Like, sure, if they just don't want anyone except people that are like crazy good, sure. But they said that they reviewed his resume and said, oh yeah, we'll have him build a full platform just coming out of college. That makes sense. You could quote them. Yeah, exactly. They're looking for someone to take advantage of, yes. Like, even if they don't just copy paste the platform that he makes, they might copy paste some of his code. Yeah. Because like they were asking
our YouTubers
argue about.
Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out for this little extra time.
Like, it's a bunch
Theo
of
behind the scenes.
You know, I quite often see this kind of behavior for designers. Yes, like I have been asked to do this as well. I applied for some Golang e-commerce platform